So now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll begin with the final panel session of the day on artificial intelligence and CHRO, how technology is transforming the future of HR. And we have a fantastic panel of industry experts here who have a combined knowledge, I'm sure, which is one of the best in the industry. So please help me welcome the honorable panel members with a big round of applause. Joining us first in the panel, we have Ms. Renu Rohtagi, Leadership Program Director from Air Liquide. Renuji, welcome to the panel. Can we have a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the panel, Renuji. I think so nice to have you back again. Please have your seat, madam. Great to have you again. Joining next in the panel, we have Kumkum Aggarwal, Director HR, Talent Acquisition from Vedanta Group. A big round of applause to Kumkum ji. Welcome to the panel, madam. Please have your seat. Let us encourage the speakers, ladies and gentlemen. Can we have some good round of applause when we introduce them? Thank you very much. Joining next, we have Arvind Kumar Srivastava, President HR, Akums, Drugs and Pharmaceuticals. A big round of applause to Arvind ji. Arvind ji, welcome to the panel. Please have your seat, sir. Joining next, we have Viekas K. Khokha, CHRO, Sharda Motor Industries. A big round of applause to Viekas ji. Do we have Viekas ji here? Okay, so I think we can wait for Viekas ji to join the panel. Joining next, we have Rishykesh Priyadarshy, General Manager HR from Airports Authority of India. A big round of applause to Rishykesh ji. Welcome to the panel, sir. Please have your seat. Joining next in the panel, we have Kumar Vineet Sinha, Business Head HR from JSW Cement. I think Kunal ji is also on the way. So Kunal ji, welcome to the panel. Please have your seat. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our honorable moderator for the panel, Mr. Gopalji Mehrotra, Group CHRO from ACME Industries. A big round of applause to Gopalji. Welcome to the panel, sir. So Gopalji, sir, all over to you. And looking forward to a great session. I'm sure a veteran of the industry, Gopalji, so it's going to be a fantastic panel. And all the best to the panel members.
Hello.
It is.
Good afternoon. Am I audible? Hello. Okay. So lots of empty chairs. So is that the power of networking happening outside? Or the ones who have heard that they are not going to receive an award at 5 o'clock have already left? Okay, fine. Coffee break. Okay, so see, I think we were slightly early. Right now we're slightly on time. I'm fine with waiting another 5 minutes if that helps the audience. Organizers? Hello? I will manage the time by 5 o'clock. If you wish to wait another 5 minutes and get some more people in.
Yeah, sure. I think in the meanwhile, we can just finish the introductions of the panel members, and I think we can start after 5 minutes then with the discussion. As you wish.
Yeah, so we'll start after 5 minutes.
Sure.
If you can also check on Mr. Vikas.
Sure. I think we just received a call. He's on the way. He's on the way. He's
So
just
if
coming
you can
in.
give me the expected time, then we can adjust accordingly.
Absolutely. As you wish, sir. As you wish.
Okay. And please send the word out. They can come back with coffee and some for us also. Okay, so I believe introductions are in order. Shall we start from the other side?
Thank you, Gopalji. I think it's we are beginning with really a good laughter. Once again, an introduction again to the team because I think we spoke in the morning. I'm Renu. I work as a global leadership director for a French organization. It's been a 2.5 decades of an experience. My personal passion is coaching, and also my heart lies in learning and development. So almost like 1.5 decade in the operations, but the other side of the word is always into learning, coaching, and I'm an instructional designer. So that's about me. Thank you.
Hey, great to meet you, Renu, again. we've shared a panel before as well, so great to do that again. I'm Kumkum for you all. I take care of the talent acquisition globally for a group called Vedanta Group. I'm sure you know, it's a metal and mining conglomerate. And 2.5 decades again of talent acquisition experience. And it's great to be here. And it's lovely to, to share some wisdom of AI in HR today.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Arvind Srivastava and working as Group President HR for Akums Drugs and Pharmaceutical. They are the largest, one of the biggest one in Asia. They manufacture about 16% of medicines. I have approximately 30 years of experience in HR, and when it comes to AI, I think we all are learning every day. So I think it would be a very interactive and learning session for each and everyone. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Rishykesh Priyadarshy. I am General Manager HR with Airports Authority of India. It's called, in short, AI. So we are a public sector organization, and we are the only organization managing the entire airspace of the country, apart from building and managing airports across the country. Thank you. Thank you very much. Am I audible? Yes, you are.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kumar Vineet Sinha, and I am the business HR head for South for JSW Cement. I actually traveled almost 12 hours to reach on time today. So it was a long journey, around 1800 kilometers. So it's quite a journey, and I made it on time. So thankfully there was no rain today in Delhi. I have almost around 22 years of experience, and for last 18 years I was working in Delhi NCR. So for major part of it I was working for Mahindra and Mahindra. So almost for a decade I worked for Mahindra, and for last 3 years I have been there in South. So I wanted to test the waters. That it's always said that it's challenging to accept a role which is out of your boundaries. So I decided to move from a comfortable to an uncomfortable zone, working in a place where I don't understand the language, that is Telugu. But I manage this show, and I work with promoters like Par Jindal and Sergeant Jindal. So it's an opportunity for me to learn new things every day. AI is something which is not very much introduced in the cement industry yet, but I will just try to help out in as many words as possible to make all of you understand about how we do differently. And I hope that you will have a good session at the end of the day. So thank you very much, and thank you for being over here and listening to all of us.
पता नहीं आप लोगों को सुनाई दे रहा है कि नहीं कि पीछे कुछ घंटियां बज चुकी हैं. घंटियां सुनाई दे रही हैं आप लोगों को? So I guess that's the signal for us to start if we have not started. Thank you very much. So as you heard, we have an August panel, and since I was the least knowledgeable, they said you be the moderator. So that's my introduction. So 4 or 5 we were supposed to start. Thank you very much. Some people have come back. We're starting right on time, and we promised to end on time. That's my only job. So this is the last panel discussion of the India HR Summit. And as some of the panelists have already, opined, what we wish to discuss here is how is technology transforming the future of HR. Now, I believe there are certain ponderables in front of the CHROs of organizations today. One being, if talent was and is the differentiator, AI seems to be the accelerator. So how do we assimilate AI so that becomes an enabler, remains an enabler, and is not perceived as a threat? Second, how can we use AI to augment human faculties and not talk about, replacing them? Thirdly, how can AI be integrated but continue to enrich us? Our practice of HR, enriching us without taking away from the human-to-human interaction and connect. So these are some ponderables that I thought of, and the panel was graceful enough to have a call earlier this week. So we would like to base our discussion with this context. And if the audience is okay, I'll ask my first question to Mr. Arvind. How can the integration of artificial intelligence also serve as a way of reinventing HR?
Okay. So, good evening, everyone. When it comes to integration of AI with HR, I think that is for enhancing efficiency, employee experience, quick decision making through big data, what we have. But at the same time, we need to ensure that AI is all about to enhance the human potential, not to replace it. So that is very important to know when we are talking about the new role or inventing HR for future. And it's a shift from operations to strategic. When we integrate AI, then I think we have plenty of time, because every operation, every gamut of HR from entry to exit is being automated. A lot of data are available. You need no time to decide and take decisions. So I think you'll have time. So you need to be a little bit more strategic. You can contribute to get people developed and trained in a manner that they are ready for the future. You can get a very, enhanced, efficient manpower workforce in place. And I think when you know that, we are not going to be replaced, then I think you need to redefine the role of HR. So we can put our best, we can redefine in terms of putting our focus on strategic part, so that we can play a role of business partner, what we have been talking about since long. And I think it is very important to know that once we will be able to implement that AI, I think that also comes with certain challenges in place. So we need to be ready to face those challenges, and one of the major challenge is the privacy of data and its security. Second one is that when we will be dependent on data, we need to avoid those algorithmic bias that, we should not take any decision which is completely based on data, because HR is all about to take care of human resource. Second one is that we need to take care of that. We cannot implement AI at every place in your organization. I think we're a little bit cautious that when, where, and how we need to implement this. Third, when we know that we can do everything with this AI, I think it is also important to know that what we should not do with this tools and technology. And one more thing which I'd like to add, that when it comes to reinventing HR, I think we need to reinvent that what human can do, what AI can't. So these are few points through which we can reinvent and redefine this HR. But I think when we talk about this future of HR, I think the synergy lies between the efficiency which we get through AI and the human insight or empathy. I think that would be the responsibility of head FHR, that the empathy, the human insight, and the leadership would be the center of whom people experience. So I think that seems that if we'll take care of all these concepts in place, I think we'll be able to play a new role for HR. Thank you.
Thanks, Arvind. And your second last sentence gave us a very nice segue to the next question, which is to the gentleman who's traveled 1800 kilometers to be with us. You know, he sent me a message, I'll be there at 3:55. I was wondering, how can he be so precise? And now I'm wondering, how could he predict that from being 1800 kilometers away? But I think you are the right person then to answer this question. What is the role of the CHRO in balancing HR and technology while practicing human capital management?
So, thank you, sir, for asking this question. Again, I'll just like to reiterate what Arvind sir just said, that there are few things which AI cannot replace, right? So I have been in a manufacturing domain for last 22 years. So I understand how a manufacturing company or a manufacturing sector works. So in my present, I'll talk about the present situation in the cement industry, especially with JSW. At times, it is a difficult call to actually manage the headcounts and vis-a-vis with the new technology which is coming up. So for us, what we practice is basically see the market competition, what is happening in the cement industry, and most of you would be aware what has happened in last 1 year, that there was a big price war between Adani and Ultratech. So Adani went a big way in doing a lot of acquisition. Ultratech was also doing the same thing. So by doing so, there was a lot of tough calls that was taken in the cement industry, and JSW Cement was one of it. So we had to actually do a lot of cost-cutting measures, but we also ensured that we are not going to downsize people at any point of time. So there were a lot of measures that were taken, especially from the technology point of view, wherein we wanted to introduce something like a visitor management system. So it's basically purely a way of reducing your headcount into the security, right? Wherein we don't require so much of security to handle visitors as such for a particular place. Then we formally had a lot of focus on learning management system. So we have the tool called Darwinbox. I don't know how many of you use Darwinbox, but we have Darwinbox in JSW Cement. So we started using learning management system as one of the tools. And as a business head, we had to make a balance between whether it is going to work for us or not, because there are a lot of people who were totally against going through the online thing. So they said that it's always better to go have a offline training for such things, because cement industry is basically purely on the technical side. So on the behavioral, theek hai, chalta hai, but on the technical side, they want to have the real-time experience. So there were a lot of, we had introduced few learning tools, a lot of learning modules, and it actually worked. We started with career progression through the individual development plan for those people. We started with a program called Saksham, Unnati. So these were all through small technology measures, not particularly, I'll say that it's an AI thing, but again, it was an integrated thing for Darwinbox. So we started using Darwinbox at multiple points, and right now, we recently got a certification that we all know as Great Places to Work. So JSW Cement, 2 months back, we got the GPTW certification also. And how it happened is, you all know that the cutoff should be around 70% and then you qualify. So we were around close to 89%. So way ahead of the other manufacturing companies, majorly because we decided to invest on certain things which was not used earlier through the online portal. So that's how we managed about taking care of HR, not downsizing the trend, and also using technology as much as possible so that people are happy. So at the end of the day, what is important is, we must ensure that whoever is working, they should feel at the end of the day that they are contributing to the organization. Else, there is no point. We have got a bottle of Bisleri over here. What's the cost of this? It would be almost around 7 rupees. The best quality of cement, 1 kg of cement comes for 5 rupees. So the cost of water is higher than the cost of cement in the market. So you understand what kind of manpower or what kind of people we are all working over there in the cement industry. And it is a hazardous place. So we need to take care of the safeties also. So we introduced couple of things in safety as well. They were all correlated to ensure that people understand the methods and the processes that needs to be followed to ensure that there is no casualties. So that's how we have tried to balance. And yes, as an HR person, it becomes difficult at times because it's a promoter-driven organization. So promoter has got the weightage of saying yes or no. So everything that we say or everything we try to put it across to the promoters may not be a yes all the time. But yes, if you are able to convince, it gives a great result. So that's how we try to manage as an HR person, senior HR person, about especially in our cement domain. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So next year when you come again from 1800 kilometers away, hopefully there will be an award called Great Place for AI. So GPW is what you told us today. Maybe GPAI is what you can tell us next year. Our panelist Viekas, he's just managed to join us, so welcome. And I had to juggle my sheet a little bit. I didn't know when he was coming in. So why don't you throw some light on the same question that we asked Vineet, because that's what faces all CHROs. So what is the role of CHRO in balancing HR and technology while practicing human capital management?
Thanks, and my apologies to the entire group. I got stuck in a very bad traffic jam and then I'm here. I think a very interesting question to be put up across to me, because when I see my journey for last a decade, I think there was a stage when we really pushed through technology and tried removing that human connect to get automated a little bit. And then it was a stage that things turned into a need which is coming from the people, because as we grew to millennials, they started asking for some of the very automated pieces coming our way. I think now as we are welcoming, we've already got Gen Zs in, and I think there's a generation further down. There's more and more requirement of, me time, even learning to be capsule based, learning to be in the pace that people want, their time, their space. Also, looking at our own ability to connect people across the canvas, how we connect people, at what pace we connect people, how people view us. is very, very customized. So as a CHRO, I am always in a dilemma, you know. On one side, I want to maintain a personal connect. If I come from, I started my career in 98 when there was almost nothing, you know, we did not even have mobile phones. It just entered that time. Incoming was also charged, if I'm not wrong. And I remember that time, you know, I'm coming from the era of a handshake. I still am, you know. So I feel that a conversation which is over the table can happen well. But when I talk to a Gen Z, they push me to say that, look, the work has to be done and the work will be done. And it's the connect, you know, which comes through the gadget, right? So an address by top management, including, you know, a focus group discussion which happens in bits and pieces where a pre-read goes in the form of a digital space. The question and answer session bots are done sometimes automated. Entire information is accumulated and the AI engine helps us to create a summary and send it across through our co-pilots. We already have co-pilots with all our leaders. When I see all this, you know, there is always a, you know, balance of what I can bring in to create that, to maintain that human connect, which is very important because I cannot let it go. It still helps me to reduce conflicts, create more alignment, I feel. While the need of the day is that we need to really connect people through the way they want, right? And availability through these chatbots, these co-pilots, AI tools, we still need to be with them. Being in a manufacturing sector, we are slightly behind. We still have those sessions of trainings where people get together in a plant and get trained on some of these skills. So I think movement of people who are in the corporate space or in our central functions versus plant functions also has to be managed well. So as a CHRO, I also need to see how my population is being upgraded because there's this level of middle level and senior level who needs to be upgraded. So we conducted a training of co-pilots for our senior management, starting from that, going to middle level management and then going down. So, you know, people had to actually absorb the technology. So it's very important to get the ecosystem ready for this. And also it's very important for us to respond to people well, still add that value. We cannot let the responsibility go to technology. And that's where my word to my team is that your duty to be able to impact an employee, to be able to serve your end user, which is the customer sitting outside, has to stay intact. Right? The responsibility and accountability has to be you. Responsibility and accountability cannot be transferred to technology. So, you know, these are a couple of nuances through which we are going through. I think the good part is that we have so many tools available today in the market that if we go down and we can really help people to upgrade to the next level in terms of and create that whole change management in the ecosystem. So I think that has to be very smartly done. And that's a responsibility which I carry. Either I have a change agent been bought or built internally, so that change agent can really help us to transform this whole ecospace.
Thanks a lot, Vikas. I mean, plenty of things to ponder over. Really appreciate, you know, you're sharing the angst and the initiatives by which you're trying to balance HR and technology across your multi-generational team. You know, as you was talking, I was thinking that if this ongoing preference for gadgets and bots spirals out of control, तो ये सब summit और awards का क्या होगा? So possibly people will attend summits only through gadgets, sitting wherever they want, and the awards will probably go to avatars and not even real people. Okay. So next question to Kumkum. if I may. Could you comment on infusing AI technology in HR processes? And while you're commenting, maybe you would like to also talk about core processes like talent acquisition, talent development. How is AI helping augment these?
Thank you, Gopalji, for the question, and thank you, audience, for being so patient and listening to us so far. I'll take a step back before I answer this question. So when I joined Vedanta from Korn Ferry, I have spent around 20 years on the other side of the table as well with organizations like Korn Ferry, Randstad, Kelly Services. Have been on the other side of the table earlier on in my career as well. But when I joined in and I had to define my KPIs and I had to put in new ideas and new thoughts like any leader would have to do, in an organization like us. One of the things that came was induction of technology, particularly artificial intelligence. So it takes me an year back when I was designing the KPI. And when I was making my presentation to the top leaders, the good part was, the best part was that it aligned so well with the leaders, While I was talking technology, they were already expecting technology. So, and particularly artificial intelligence. And it comes from the top. We at Vedanta, being a large metal and mining manufacturing kind of a setup, we're not lagging behind, we are leading the way. I'm proud to say that we are leading the way in artificial intelligence in a lot of things. Coming to HR, talent acquisition, talent development, of course, this last 1 year has gone in terms of bringing that transformation, bringing that change. I'll start with talent acquisition, of course, being my subject. Right from resume screening. Let it be as basic as resume screening. We all know as recruiters, it might take multiple minutes to to screen a resume. But AI made it very, very easy for us through our own tools, through tools like LinkedIn, through external artificial intelligence tools. We were able to bring that change. Then it came to, let's say, formulating a job description. We were able to do that. The recruiters were happy that, we were able to formulate that. It's all about feeding in the right skills, the right competencies that we needed for roles. And this was from top to bottom, not only junior roles, middle roles, all the roles, You'll be surprised to know that I hire a lot of CXOs and most of them go through an artificial intelligence interaction as well. So, people think, how will they react to an AI? There are very good reactions to AI. And of course, there's a blend. We can't be, as already mentioned by Viekas and Vineet, that we can't be just relying on the technology. It has to be blended with the human heart that HR carries in the organization, right? JD formulation, all done. Candidate matching, AI interviews, candidate experience. All of this can have artificial intelligence in this. And then it, as I said, with a good blend, the overall candidate experience can become very, very nice. And the good part is that one of the leaders actually mentioned that the bias can also be kind of known. So for my knowledge, what I did on one of the roles was, these are my assessments of this particular job, this particular candidate list. Let me get the AI interactions done as well. And when I was doing a fitment, I was like, wow, all of these 20 plus years that I've been spending, recruiting and screening resumes and talking to the leaders, it said it all, because it did ask those relevant questions. It did ask those questions which were the skills and competencies that we were wanting for the role. So it's also about adopting it. It's also about being open to the change. But at the same time, how do we blend it well? So that, we just don't sway one side towards technology and then leave the other side, which is also knowing what's happening in candidates' mind. We all know as recruiters that a candidate can change his mindset last minute as well. So I think those early signals, those gauging, all of that put together only will make it a great experience. It can't be just one towards technology. So yes, from a talent acquisition perspective, there's a lot that we can do. Of course, it improves data efficiency, it improves candidate experience. It does give us a lot of predictive analysis. To my surprise, there was a lot of analysis that we were able to kind of do it for the recruitments that we do for the entire group. So, so overall put together, a lot of data. Moving on to other aspects, talent, development, rewards, performance management, a lot of analysis can go there as well. There's a lot of live development programs that can be launched through AI, which keeps employees engaged, which also gives that enhanced experience. I'll give you one of the examples that we did. We ran a large program called We Aspire, which touched 13,000 people across the organization. And this program only focused on how can we bring the internal talent to do better roles, to do the roles that they want to do, and, and enhance their career. And it was amazing to see the response of AI interactions by those 13,000 people that were touched. It can bring the kind of impact that we can't even imagine. So, right from acquisition to development to performance management to rewards, I think it can touch all the parameters. But as everyone mentioned, it has to come up with a good human blend. It can't be just, we can't just be relying on artificial intelligence to be doing that, because of course there are cons to it. Of course there's data privacy, there's a lot more that it can become a con as well. So overall, great candidate experience, data efficiencies, great reports, predictive analysis, great employee experience is what the technology, particularly AI, can bring to HR.
Thank you so much. And as somebody like me who's been doing this for a long time, I was very happy to hear when you said that your 20 years of experience, whatever those might have yielded as outcomes of the process, AI managed to match that. Because otherwise I was scratching my head with so much use of AI. Are you going to end up with artificially intelligent CXOs which you recruit? Okay. So,
and then it comes from top. I mean, the good part is that it's so aligned with the leadership. As we speak, there are multiple AI initiatives happening across the functions in our organization. And it's right there, coming from the leadership, leading from the front.
nice to hear that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Rishi, in the same vein, if you could also comment on your experience and regale us with your thoughts on how is automation and an AI transforming the role of HR?
Thanks, Gopalji. Sorry. As far as transformation is concerned, I can say, having spent more than 2 decades in HR across both private and public sector, I had the opportunity to witness this transformation very closely. And I must say, what was considered futuristic even say 5 years ago has now become an integral part of how we operate as HR leaders today. Technology, for us in aviation, technology is not new. We have long depended on radar, navigation systems, and digital tools for passenger experiences. When you visit airports, you must have seen a lot of technology-driven things are coming up. Even recently, you must have seen that DG Yatra has come up. So it has made the entire functioning very smooth. But what is new is that artificial technology is now entering HR also. And in organizations like Airports Authority of India, which is a public sector organization, adopting these changes, adopting these technologies, it's a bit difficult. A lot of discussion and the decision of the topmost leadership is very much dependent on certain, policies of the government and many other factors. But what we have adopted, what we have seen in many aspects of HR also, especially in recruitment. In public sector organizations, you will find the process of recruitment is a very tedious process. It's most of the time when we go for recruitment, we are coming up with vacancies of 400, 500 vacancies at a time. And in Airports Authority of India, the crown jewel of the AI is the air traffic controllers. You must have heard about them. They are the one who are actually coordinating with the pilots and guiding them through the flight path. Now, as on today, we are having around 162 airports. And as I said earlier also, we are the only one who are managing the entire airspace. So the number of air traffic controllers required for the organization is very huge. And when we go for recruitment of air traffic controllers, when we advertise such vacancies, we find the number of applications that we get. Say if it is 300 vacancy, we get around 3.5 lakhs or 4 lakhs of applications. So imagine doing the entire process manually is going to take years for you to complete. So what we have seen with the help of this AI and technology, what we are finding, scrutinizing these applications and all, it's taking hours. And because of some tools that we are using, at the application stage itself, if it is not suitable as per the parameters, it is rejecting them there itself. So a lot of things, the time and energy which was being spent by the human, that is a manpower, is being saved at that point of time. And most importantly, we are able to complete the entire process, say within months. So that's a big transformation that we are seeing in one of the major field, that is recruitment. Another, when we talk about other parts, you see in payroll. Earlier, mostly you will see in government offices. So the offices are located in very remote areas. We have airports in very small places also. There's a place called Rupsi in Northeast. Many of you might not be knowing even. So in those places, it's difficult to reach. So earlier, what used to happen is that most of the time the salaries will get delayed. And obviously, the employee will get frustrated because of this. There will be IR issues coming up. But after adopting this payroll automation, you see, all such things which were, all these hurdles which were coming up, have now been settled automatically. Everyone is getting salary on time, error-free, ease of compliance, everything in place. So these transformations are very visible and advantageous for the organizations also. And most important, what I found, like she was also, one of our colleagues was saying, like predictive analysis. We are saying in our manpower planning, when we are, you must have seen that in last 5 to 10 years, there has been a rapid increase, huge increase in the number of the airports coming up across the country. And the deadlines that we get to finish that project. So within 6 months, within a year, we have to come up with an airport. So making manpower available for those projects, for those airports, we need to be prepared. And so for that purpose, especially analyzing the traffic at the airports, what is the passenger movement, what is going to be this, when this seasonal surge in the passenger movement. During such periods, obviously the requirement of manpower will change. Keeping all these aspects, this analysis is done by AI and with the help of technology. And today we are in a position that as soon as we get a demand, we are able to provide, prepare ourselves and provide manpower for those projects. So these are, some of the areas which has certainly brought changes. And I can say AI is quietly changing the way HR works in PSUs as well. Because the concept that we had in government offices and PSUs, it works very different from the private sector. A lot of, policy issues are involved in it. And recently, like I can see, with the help of this AI, with the help of technology and ML, what is happening, like in application of ML, if you see, we have also, we have this AI-driven, micro-training, this softwares. So with the help of that, what is happening, training has become an ongoing process. It's like an on-job experience that you are getting. So with the help of that, you don't have to, especially organize a training program, take the manpower from the workstation to the other place. So you are saving a lot of, not only you are saving that time and money, but also the things are getting expedited and people are getting updated with the requirements. So this transformation, I can say, with the help of this AI, with the help of this automation and technology, HR is changing, is shifting from being reactive to predictive and proactive. And not only in organizations or in service sectors, but in other public sector organizations also. You'll find in case of organizations like in aviation industry, we generally say AI is like a runway. A runway is a place from where these aircrafts take off. So AI acts as a runway as it helps you in takeoff, but still the aircraft needs a pilot. So what, as our other speakers were saying, the blend of technology and this human touch or human approach needs to be balanced. And that is where the role of the HR or the CHRO comes. That you have to keep in view. We are not only the gatekeepers of policies. We are becoming a strategic, architects of workforce, I can say. With the help of this AI and technology, the HR is evolving. And this evolution is very positive. It is helping organizations. And as my other speakers have also said, it has to be, certainly the organization has to decide to what extent, to what level you want to adopt the technology or the AI. And it is the role of the HR leaders to ensure that this technology did not surpass the human spirit or suppresses that human spirit of the employees. So when you see, we have the chatbots where most of the queries of the employee queries are getting solved, as well as we have also developed one online grievance redressal system. So these things are helping in, it is freeing HR from these traditional and transaction work and helping them to focus more on the strategies and business, the requirement of the business, how HR or how this manpower requirement can be fulfilled. So that's
Thanks,
all.
Rishi.
Thank you.
Isn't it nice to hear words like HR is becoming predictive, proactive, strategic architects. Write it down in your gadgets. Okay. So the panel has saved the best for the last. Question is to Renu. How does automating HR? So you've gone through technology, amalgamation, reinvention. Fine. If you do all this, how does it help the growth of the organization and the business?
Thank you, Gopalji. And it's a very, very interesting question where the answers are still not there. I have exactly 3 minutes. I don't know whether I'll be able to complete it, but I think with the wisdom all of you have shared, it really brings us that it's already a tangible response that we are growing. You know, the organizations are reaping the benefits of this. I will just go back what Vikas was speaking about, 2.5 decades, they were not even the mobile sets we used to have it. I think if you look at the technology, it has been accelerating it with its own pace, right? And we are not stopping. We are not stopping. So why is it really accelerating? Because we are reaping the benefits of it. The organizations are really reaping the benefits. Speed is the currency. If you look at, we all are serving to our shareholders, right? And we need to reply to remain competitive in the market, to be sustainable in the market. We need to pace with the technology, right talent with the right skills, open mindset, get into your jungle career ladders, no more your verticals and your horizontal ladders. Get into the jungle ladders of your career. So these are the things which is a disruption, but believe me, it is all taking you to look forward for the benefit of the organization is concerned. With the fact that we all are sitting here for the profits, right? Second aspect I would like to bring in, fortunately, the technology is being tested, I would say, in the human resources first, and by and large, more of the organization. And if you look at it, when we talk about learning and development, when we talk about employee experience, right from hiring to retirement, everything is like by technology. So HR is no longer serving as a business partner. Believe me, we are now the advisors. We are no longer serving as a partner, we are serving as an advisors, because we are serving the organization but trying to automate most of the services what we are providing it to the organization. And it is more strategic in nature, like one of my panel members was speaking about. Thirdly, I would also like to bring in that AI is not just the literacy, it's a competency. You cannot really skip it. It's a competency, and organizations are making it mandatory in certain organizations so that we can really pace it up with the competition, And I think these are few things which is helping us, not as an individual to grow, but as an organization to basically thrive. One more point I would like to really bring in, it's my own personal experience. Like I said in the morning also, that for the last 18 months, we are concentrating on just shifting the mindset and the awareness of people about the AI, not to fear, but to learn and try to, advance yourself and your skill sets so that we are geared up for the new world altogether. We have a project management team. I'm just giving you a very small example. And when we have a project management team, so the project management team used to undergo a lot of layers of approvals, processes, which has been drastically reduced from, I'm just giving you an average, from 4 months to 2 days. And working in an engineering company where 80% of our populations are engineers, now you can actually analyze in terms of the profits. Everything is profit. Secondly, when we used to write the position paper, we used to have a big communication team, used to think and brainstorm. But with the support of an AI, in just some quick reference, we are ready with the position paper. It just needs review, not from 10 people, but from very, very few higher-ups. And all the more we have a shared drives, so you're no longer dependent on people to go and give them the paper. So I think these are very small things, but it is taking speed. We have started to witness the benefits of it. But yes, everything needs some ethics, some compliance, some vigilance. I think there is still a scope wherein not even India, I think most of all the developed countries are still trying to see that how we can really bring this vigilance more accurately and concisely. For sure, there is a growth, and that's where the organizations are pacing up. Like my friend Khushbu was speaking about, it is coming from top down. Because this is a need not been felt, but it's a necessity. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for really bringing that home to us. Please add a fourth to your list in your gadget. HR is now strategic advisor, besides the other three which we mentioned earlier. Okay, now everybody has to help me do my job. We have 3 minutes left. I was told to end at 5. I was told your job is time management. Besides, try and make it interesting for the panel and the audience. Now, would the audience like to ask a question, or would you like me to ask Mr. Vineet on how does technology allow for HR to stay connected and updated on employee productivity? Show of hands, please. Vineet or the audience? Last question. You all have hands, no? Or you can ask your AI avatars to say what they want to do. No hands. Over to you, Vineet.
I suppose we are about to close this discussion. And thank you very much once again. And I have 4 touch points in this. Specifically, if I talk about, all 4 are very interesting. So one is here. So I'll take up 2. So we all have an idea about performance management system, right? So we have the data. We know how the person has been performing for years, ratings, payouts, right? So we all do the same thing, the bell curve. In JSW Cement, I'm supposed to give new ideas, new initiatives. That's why I'm here. So we came up with an idea which is called the all hands meet. I don't know how many of you are aware of it. So once all the data was there with us, with the help of our Darwin box, the AI tool which we have, we thought that let's take the doubt of HR कि वो credibility का issue हो जाता है कि कहीं पे information leak हो गया, किसी का rating पहले पता चल गया, normalization हुआ, फिर हुआ कि manager बोलता this is HR who has actually done it. So we thought that let's do some other way out, and we have the all hands meet wherein all the senior leaders were sitting in one room and discussing about the ranking of the people. So we did it at the plant level, and then we did it at the corporate level. And it actually helped with the data which we had. Whatever data we had for last 10 years, 15 years, we have been operating since 2008. This year, there were no complaints as such from any of the employees. That was something that and I'm very proud of sharing with all of you, that there are few organizations which are very mature in handling such steps. And possibly if all of you or somewhere same kind of an initiative can be taken, you see the change. But you need to have mature people to take these initiatives. That is one. The second thing is we all have exited employees, right? So as an HR person, once the person is exited, we don't talk, right? Normally we don't talk. Ho gaya, khatam ho gaya, retire ho gaya, khatam ho gaya. Over here in JSW, we have the AI tool itself, which helps in terms of their experience certificate, their PF issues, their gratuity issues, their payouts. Because for all the exited employees, we have a username and password, which they can use it at any point of time. So they don't have to write to HR, or they don't have to escalate it to a level wherein the MD will say, कि यार इसका क्या कर रहे हो आप लोग? So this is something which we have been doing. And one more thing which I like to add is, there is an old saying which I always follow, that control what you can control. Don't control what is not in your control. As an HR person, I always follow this philosophy. So there are a lot of technologies. We are here for a real intelligence. So as a human being, as a HR person, we should use our intelligence at time wherein artificial intelligence होगा, कहीं तक होगा, उसके बाद आपको अपना intelligence use करना as an HR person, whether what is right or wrong. So that's what I wanted to say from my end. So thank you very much, and thank you very much, sir, for giving me an opportunity to speak again.
Thank you very much. I think everybody heard the bell this time, right? So with that, we are done. Thank you for being a great panel and even a better audience. All of you have been very, very silent and patient and absorbent.
Applause for this panel session. And I think, absolutely, and this panel wouldn't have been possible without Gopalji's support and the way he moderated. So a special round of applause for Mr. Gopalji Mehrotra from ACME for wonderfully moderating the panel. Panel members, I would take a couple of more minutes of your time. Would ask you to kindly stay seated while I call on stage Mr. Praveen Menon from Aparajita. Can we have Praveenji here? Praveenji, please come on stage to felicitate our honorable panel members. We'll start first with Renuji, Ms. Renu Rohtagi from Air Liquide. A big round of applause to Renuji for her wonderful contributions in the panel session. Ms. Renu Rohtagi, ladies and gentlemen, from Air Liquide for a wonderful presentation in the panel and for sharing her thoughts. Moving next, Ms. Kumkum Aggarwal from Vedanta Group. A big round of applause to Kumkum ji for her wonderful contribution in the panel. Ms. Kumkum Aggarwal, ladies and gentlemen, from Vedanta Group. Moving next to Mr. Arvind Kumar Srivastava from Akums Drugs and Pharmaceuticals. A big round of applause to Arvind ji for his wonderful contributions in the panel session. Moving next to Mr. Viekas from Sharda Motor Industries. Mr. Viekas Khokha from Sharda Motor Industries, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful contribution by Viekas ji in the panel session. Moving next to Mr. Rishykesh Priyadarshy from Airports Authority of India. A big round of applause to Rishykesh ji for his wonderful contributions in the panel. And moving next to Mr. Tarun Vohra from Lumax Industries. So I think Tarun ji is not there, but definitely we can have a big round of applause because he was also going to be part of the panel session. Our loss, we couldn't have him in person here, but nevertheless. And now our honorable panel moderator, Mr. Gopalji Mehrotra from ACME. A big round of applause to Gopalji. Gopalji not just only contributed in the panel, but fantastically moderated it as well. And, how can I forget, Mr. Kumar Vineet Sinha from 𝐷𝐴𝐶EMENT, ladies and gentlemen. A big round of applause to Mr. Kumar Vineet Sinha for his wonderful contributions in the panel session. And honorable panel members would request you to kindly step forward for a group photo. And Praveen, if you could also join them, it will be great. Please step forward, ladies and gentlemen, for a group photograph of this panel. And Praveen, if you could also join them. So that was, ladies and gentlemen, your Artificial Intelligence and CHRO, how technology is transforming the future of HR. What a fantastic panel session for the last 1 hour. Wonderfully moderated by Gopalji, and each and every expert in this panel contributed so much. I'm sure they deserve one more big round of applause. It's not an easy task to have such a great panel perform flawlessly. Thank you so much, all the panel members from the bottom of our heart. Thank you so much, Gopalji, for wonderfully moderating it. Thank you very much.